The echo of truth. Padua, 1231. The walls of the monastery were thick, but they couldn't block out the sound of a frantic messenger. Friar Anthony was called from his simple cell. News had arrived from his home, far away in Lisbon. The news was impossible, a terrible knot of words. A boy, Tiago, had been found dead, buried in the garden of Anthony's family home, and the Lisbon authorities had seized the first suspect, his own father, Fernando. Anthony knew his father, Fernando, was a man of integrity, not violence. The accusation was a cruel lie, but Lisbon was a continent away. The trial was set for the morning. There was no time for an ordinary journey. He rose, the air around him suddenly crackling with an impossible speed. A prayer of absolute faith was his only horse. He had no memory of the miles, only the urgent call of duty. He did not travel, he was moved. By the first light of dawn, Anthony stood not in Padua, but on the ancient salt-kissed docks of Lisbon. He had crossed mountains and seas in the space of a night's watch. His mission, to find the truth before the court of law, delivered a cruel error. He rushed to the courthouse. The room was packed, hushed. He saw his father, Fernando, standing before the judge, weary and broken, maintaining his innocence against all evidence. The case was about to close. Anthony pushed through the crowd, his habit a sudden patch of brown in the grim formality of the court. "Your Honor," he cried out, "the evidence is flawed. There is a witness who has yet to be heard." "And who is this witness, Friar?" the judge asked, frowning. Anthony led them all, the judge, the guards, the prosecutors, to the garden where the boy Tiago was hastily buried. Anthony knelt beside the earth. "Tiago," he spoke, his voice clear and ringing, "you have been called before the ultimate judge. Tell us, was it my father Fernando who took your life? For the truth of his innocence, speak." A voice, thin and dry as old leaves, rose from the ground. "Fernando did not touch me. It was Gaspar." The pale hand pointed straight at the baker, Gaspar, who collapsed in fear. The truth, spoken from the grave, had saved a father.